بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Dear students, this is 22nd lecture of organic based industries. The topic we are going to discuss is chemistry involved in processing of sulfite pulp. The pulp for paper making may be produced from virgin fiber by chemical or mechanical means, or may be produced by repulping of paper for recycling. Paper production is basically a two-step process in which a fibrous raw material is first converted into pulp and then pulp is converted into paper. Sulfite process, also spelled sulfite with pH, chemical process for the manufacturing of paper pulp that employs an acid bisulfite solution to soften the wood material by removing lignin from cellulose. Sulfite cooking liquor used in the process consists of free sulfur dioxide obtained by burning of sulfur or by roasting of iron pyrites dissolved in water at a concentration of 4 to 8% with from 2 to 3% in the form of bisulfite. This sulfite digestion of wood material is normally carried out as a batch process in a pressure vessel that consists of a steel shell possessing an acid-resistant lining. Key concepts included in this lecture will be an overview of paper and pulp industry, different types of pulps for paper industry, a brief history of sulfite pulping, different ways for lignin isolation, reactions involved in sulfite pulping, comparison of pulping processes, particularly focusing on reaction mechanism, and in the last we will see properties of technical lignins. The pulp and paper industry is one of the most important industries in the world. It supplies paper to over 5 billion people worldwide. Originally, paper making was a slow and laborious process. Today, pulping and paper making are driven by technical equipment with high-speed paper machines that produce rolls of paper at a speed that may reach 2000 meter per minute and with a web width that may exceed 8 meter. Paper is essentially a sheet of cellulose fiber with a number of added constituents when necessary to affect the quality of sheet and its fitness for the intended end use. The two terms paper and board generally refer to the weight of the product sheet, grammage, with paper ranging up to about 160 or 220 gram per meter square and a heavier sheet regarded as board. The grammage above which paper are called board, however, vary slightly between countries. In principle, paper is made by pulping, beating, diluting, suspending, forming a web, pressing the web, drying and finishing. Pulping is the process to separate and clean cellulosic fibers. Second step is beating and refining the cellulose fibers. Third step is diluting to form a thin fiber slurry. Fourth step is suspending these fiber slurry in solution, then forming a web of fiber on a thin screen, pressing the web to increase the density of material, drying to remove remaining moisture, finishing to provide a suitable surface for intended end use. Pulp and paper are made from cellulosic fibers and other plant materials. Although some synthetic materials may be used to impart special qualities to finished product. Most paper is made from wood fibers, but rags, flax, cotton linters and bagasse, which is a sugar cane residue, are also used in some papers. Used paper is also recycled and after purifying and sometimes de-inking, it is often mixed with virgin fibers and reformed again into paper. Other products made from wood pulp include diapers, rayon, cellulose acetate and cellulose esters, which are used for cloth, packing films and explosives. Wood is composed of cellulose, lignin, hemicellulose and extractives. Cellulose comprises about 50% of wood by oven dry weight. This constituent is of primary interest in paper making. Lignin cements the wood fibers together. It is a complex organic chemical. Its structure and properties are not fully understood. It is largely burned for the generation of energy used in pulp and paper mills. As the chemistry of lignin becomes better understood, what is now mostly a waste product used for fuel could become a valuable feedstock for new chemical products. The objective of pulping process is to remove as much lignin as possible without sacrificing fiber strength, thereby freeing the fibers and removing impurities which cause discoloration and possible future disintegration of the paper. Hemicellulose plays an important role in fiber to fiber bonding in paper making. Several extractives, for example, oleoresins and waxes, are contained in wood but do not contribute to its strength properties. These too are removed during the pulping process. The fiber from nearly any plant or tree can be used for paper making. However, the strength and quality of fiber and other factors that can complicate the pulping process varies among tree species. In general, the softwoods, for example pines, yield long and strong fibers that impart strength to paper and are used for boxes and packaging. Hardwoods, on the other hand, generally have shorter fibers and therefore produce a weaker paper, but one that is smoother, more opaque and better suited for printing. Both softwoods and hardwoods are used for paper making and are sometimes mixed to provide better strength and printability to the finished product. In 1867, B.C. Tillman patented a process in which the decomposition of wood with sulfurous acid or its salts was used for the production of fibrous pulp to manufacture paper. However, it was not until 1874 when the Swedish chemist Ekman marketed the first sulfite pulp. Almost simultaneously with Ekman, A. Mitscherlich in Germany worked on sulfite cooking process of wood, and in 1880 he started a sulfite pulp mill in Zell, South Germany. The isolation of lignin from its lignocellulosic source is one of the most exigent processes due to the complicated physical and chemical linkages between lignin and other components present in plants. Lignin is usually isolated in pre-treatment step. For this purpose, several different methods have been utilized. These processes could be grouped in two main blocks. First one includes processes in which lignin is solubilized from the lignocellulosic biomass and removed by separating the solid residue from spent liquor. The second block includes processes where polysaccharides are selectively hydrolyzed, leaving lignin along with some condensed carbohydrate deconstruction products as a solid residue. A good example of former group is a pulping process such as Kraft, sulfite or alkali. An example of later would be dilute acid hydrolysis of lignocellulosic biomass to yield sugar monomers, furfural and levulinic acid. However, the most typical method for lignin isolation and recovery belongs to first group. In sulfite pulping, usually conducted under acid or neutral conditions, sulfur dioxide and or bisulfite ions react with lignin to produce water-soluble sulfonated lignins that are degraded by acid hydrolysis reactions. In sulfite pulping process, sulfonic groups are introduced into partially hydrolyzed lignin, converting it into a fully water-soluble lignosulfonate. The reactions are highly dependent on pH of the reaction. Under acidic pulping conditions, the oxygen of alpha substituent is substituted first by protonation and subsequently nucleophilic addition reaction occurs. Sulfite pulping can be controlled to produce pulps over a wide range of lignin contents and pulp yields. The residual lignin in sulfite pulps is sulfonated and is relatively easy to remove in pulp bleaching processes. The conditions of sulfite pulping lead to extensive hydrolysis of carbohydrates, therefore have less strength potential than kraft pulps in paper making applications. The recovery and regeneration of chemicals in the waste liquors from sulfite pulping are more difficult than for kraft liquors. In the sulfite process, usually conducted under acidic or neutral conditions, sulfur dioxide or bisulfite ions react with lignin to produce water-soluble sulfonated lignins called lignosulfonates, which are degraded by acid hydrolysis reaction in large pressure vessels called digesters. The employed salts are either sulfites or bisulfites, and even sulfur dioxide or sulfuric acid could be used. The contents of these different forms of sulfur species varies as the sulfite pulping can be conducted in a wide range of pH. The most common cation of sulfite and bisulfite salts is sodium, but calcium, potassium, magnesium or ammonium cations have been employed as well. The sulfite process produces wood pulp, which is almost pure cellulose. The residual lignin in sulfite pulps is sulfonated and it is relatively easy to remove in pulp bleaching processes. Sulfite pulping has been used for a long time in the industry, but nowadays it has been replaced by kraft process. Kraft process is capable of processing different wood species to produce strong fibers for paper manufacturing. However, around 1 million tons per year of lignosulfonates are still produced as dry solids. Typically, in lignosulfonate lignins, a high quantity of impurities, around 30% in weight, like ash or carbohydrate, can be found. These lignins usually have very high average molecular weight, even higher than kraft lignins. As sulfonate groups are added to lignosulfonate lignin during the pulping process, as a consequence of the incorporation of these groups, the catalytic transformation of lignosulfonate lignin is more difficult. Moreover, in sulfite pulping processes, ether bonds are cleaved, methoxyl groups are destroyed, and new carbon-carbon bonds are formed. Nevertheless, the diversity of functional groups, phenolic, carboxylic, and sulfur-containing groups on lignosulfonate lignins offer exceptional colloidal properties, which allows its use in applications such as dispersants, additives, plasticizers, surfactants, flocculants, etc. In addition, these lignins can be used in food industry as they are easily depolymerized to produce vanillin. In principle, there are two types of lignin. These are sulfur containing lignin and sulfur-free lignin. Soda pulping is sulfur-free pulping process. It causes hydrolytic cleavage of native lignin into smaller fragments that are soluble in strongly alkaline cooking liquor. However, the resultant lignin is sulfur-free and relatively chemically unmodified when compared to other lignin types. A specific procedure for the precipitation of lignin in black liquor of soda processes, which originate from small paper factories specializing in the production of cellulose from annual plants, is the granite process, where the pH value of the liquor is lowered by acidification, typically with mineral acids. When it comes to sulfur containing lignin, there are two major processes: Kraft and sulfite. In Kraft process, the lignin is converted into lower molecular weight fragments of thiolignin by the introduction of thiol group. See figure. This thiolignin is soluble in strongly alkaline cooking liquor, but can be precipitated and recovered by reducing pH value of the liquor by acidification with carbon dioxide. It is known as ligno boost process. On the other hand, in sulfite pulping process, sulfonic groups are introduced into partially hydrolyzed lignin, converting it into a fully water-soluble lignosulfonates. See figure. The reactions are highly dependent on pH of reaction medium. Under acidic pulping conditions, the oxygen of alpha substituent is substituted first by protonation and subsequent nucleophilic addition. In case of Kraft process, see in figure, the beta oxy 4 linkage is cleaved at higher pH, for example in neutral sulfite pulping. A comparison of technical lignin from three different sources have been made in the table. Technical lignin is utilized in polymer industry either as such or as a component of polymer matrix. It is also useful in the manufacturing of many other chemicals, and it can be converted into carbon fibers. The degree of utilization, current as well as potential, shows that at present only the potential of lignin from sulfite pulping is utilized. The highest possible potential, however, has the lignin of sulfate process due to production volume, but it has comparatively lower molecular weight and dark color than the one from sulfite process. The soda process also has a high but so far yet unused potential for lignin production, particularly because this procedure has a higher percentage of total pulping in comparison to sulfite process. This treatment is applied predominantly to the pulping of agricultural residual substances such as bagasse and straw.